Hello everybody. I just opened the stream and I saw that I have like 126 people watching as of right now. Let me lower the music so I can hear me better. And I'm doubling the audio. Yeah. 124 people watching, that's insane. We just started. That's amazing. Let me pop out the chat. So I can say a couple of hellos, then we can start. This is what we're gonna be doing. This is the political compass test. And as you can see, there is a poll running as of right now. And basically, this is the question, and I'm gonna ask you these options. And let's see what my audience picks. I'm very, very curious where the people stand. It looks like most of the people are authoritarian, right? If what they say is true. So yeah, let's see. Let me end the poll. And let me say a couple of hellos. Hanif Au Hak, Evan World, Eu Scufo, Hrosters. I'm not very good at reading. I cannot read in Bulgarian. Chicken, this is a guy that I recognize. And also an easy name to read. Farewell Bye, I saw that he left a comment on my videos recently. And a lot of people are saying hello. Unfortunately, I cannot say hello to everybody. Now, let's get with the first question, which is... If... actually, let me switch the scenes. Can you give me 1 second? Browse. Wait. Let me copy my microphone. There you go. Now you should be able to see me. Or to listen. Now let me get the browser. I don't know why it's not working. Display capture. Browser. Come on. Come on. I don't know why it doesn't work. URL. Alright, then let's just do it right like this. Wow. Yeah, imagine working, right? Okay, if economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. Now, let's see where you stand on this issue. And let me just copy-paste a couple of things. Disagree. Get the 4 options. It would be cool to have a neutral option. Okay, strongly agree. So this is the question that you're answering. I can also zoom a bit more. There we go. Now it's a lot better. Now let's see where the people stand. Also, after this is done, what would happen is that I would take the test myself. So I'm not gonna give you my opinion as of right now. So people are either strongly agree or they agree, which is very interesting. Also, people really like interactive stuff. Let me open up my Discord and let me get it on the second monitor because I want to advertise the stream. No, like that. All right. Oh my god, we have something. 8 values and 9 axes are generally favored, still not preferred though. Oh, you mean the political test? Also, I don't recognize the currency. Let me see what this is. Thank you very much, JV Robrigado. Yay, donation. Yay, thank you very much. Let me see how much was that. Philippine pesos. That's what it means. Oh, it's $2 American. Not bad. I appreciate that very much. Now, I was just going to share the stream on my Discord. It looks like people agree. I'm gonna do a runner-up between agree and strongly agree. Just because it seems very close. So either you agree or you strongly agree. Now these are your 2 options. I advertise the stream on my Discord. Everyone. Which I know that you don't see as of right now. Live stream. Come drop buy. And then I just give a link. A link. Which I didn't copy. Yeah. There we go. Now it's on my Discord. Okay, 60% agree this is enough. And this is what I actually chose on accident. Let's have the next one. I'd always support my country whether it's right or wrong. And it looks like this would take some time. Maybe I do 1, 2, 3, 4. Or SA for strongly agree, SD for strongly disagree, A for agree, D for disagree. Maybe. Let me see. We have some Bulgarians in the chat. I'd always support my country whether it's right or wrong. Let's see what people think. I'm very interested in that. Wow. That's very cool. Yeah, it's even very much. Always Bulgaria on top. Yeah. Every time I live stream, my audience is just like at least 10% Bulgarians, which is amazing to see. Okay, it looks like nobody strongly agrees, but more people agree than disagree. And people are voting for strongly disagree, which I guess I'm gonna pick in a few seconds. Because it's actually not that close. Yeah, I'm gonna let it run for a bit. It's 28%, this is 26%. I'm gonna wait for 3% difference. Yeah, right now this is 27, this is 28. Alright, then I'm gonna stop it and do strongly agree, or strongly disagree and only agree. Accidentally I hit my microphone, I'm sorry. Okay, let's have it again. Strongly disagree with 27% or just agree with 26%. I had to repoll. Turkish nationals are here. Oh well. They found the stream. Writing history. I recently visited Bulgaria and it was pretty cool. But there were a lot of Turkish people and... I can't say that. Well... Yeah, there are a lot of Turkish people. Depends on which area you went to. If it's Eastern Bulgaria, then yeah, for sure. Also, why are we 50-50 split? Like, come on. It's evenly split. Yeah, I cannot. Oh, now this is moving in a direction. 199 people watching. Also, did I miss the milestone of subscribers? I think I started with just under 31. 100? Yeah, numbers in English are hard. Well, agree is winning this one. Agree. So I hope that you guys understood the concept. Actually, it doesn't take too much time. Let me just copy paste everything over. It's fine. Like that. Agree. And strongly agree, which I accidentally clicked. Let me read the chat. Also, if you want to ask me any questions, you can just pop them right here while I'm waiting. I'm Indian, not Bulgarian based. I'm not even Bulgarian, but a Bulgarian nationalist. Oh my god. I didn't read the question. No one chooses their country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. This one, I honestly don't know which one I would choose. But I have to do the test after you guys are done. Nationalism very based. Oh my god, what have I done? Well, it looks like people are leading for strongly disagree. It's like I don't even have to wait. I accidentally clicked strongly agree, so if somebody takes this out of context, then I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble. Especially with this question. Oh my god. Am I gonna regret this? Let me not try to click anything. Okay. I'm sure that this question is very peaceful. It wouldn't cause any international outrage. It's just a question, right? How bad could it how bad could it get, right? Oh my god. Especially with the last question. Oh my god, it's split between strongly disagree and strongly agree. Oh. Damn. YouTube be like. Oh my god. Romanians better than Hungarians can't change my mind. Oh my god. This is just... Well. This escalated quickly. Oh, hello Chase. How are you doing? Gyros superiority. Nah, I prefer the Turkish version. Doner kebab. I mean, I ate gyros like maybe a week ago. Gyros is good, but not like everyday good. Wow, doner you can eat pretty much every day. Also, somebody is calling me on my phone. I think I know who is this from. Okay, let me mute my microphone. I'm pretty sure that this is my hard drive. They just want me to confirm. Let me see. Sorry for that, it just took me 30 seconds, but I had to confirm via mobile that the hard disk that I'm getting, I ordered 4 terabytes because I was running out of memory. So with these 4 terabytes, actually I had to delete Hearts of Iron a couple of times. Let me tell you a story while this is ongoing. So people can vote and they can just listen to the story. Basically, one time I was rendering a video and it crashed because I ran out of memory. So I had to delete Hearts of Iron. And the reason why I'm not playing Hearts of Iron right now is because I don't have it installed. I have like 70 gigabytes free that I use for rendering videos. Well, we can go a bit faster than this. Most people said agree. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Maybe I should read these. Okay, military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Let's see if you support the Geneva Convention or not. Oh shit, I hit agree. Come on. I swear this website is so poorly made. There we go. In the Balkans, the neighbors are enemies. Yeah, everybody knows. You don't need enemies when you live in the Balkans. Everybody is your enemy. The Geneva checklist. Wait, military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. People agree, and it was strongly agree. So yeah, well, this is what the people are choosing. Wait, just a Greek historian. Some of these are just, yeah. I mean, especially this one. That was split between strongly disagree and strongly agree. So that was interesting. Well, people said agreed, which is what I accidentally clicked. And now we're a 6th done, pretty much. There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Let's see if people think that there is a worrying fusion of education and entertainment. Which honestly I don't know how this puts you in any way on the political compass. Like what if you strongly agree that there is a lot of information, then is the goal to maybe become more authoritarian? Like maybe if you strongly agree this makes you more authoritarian, this makes you more liberal. I don't know. I don't know how this question is tied up to the political compass in any way. But again, you guys are way smarter than me. By the way, I don't understand some of the questions. I understand every single one of them here, but definitely not on the next pages. So when I end up doing the political compass myself, I would ask you what these questions means. Is that written by Oh my... Oh. I need to highlight this. I think that everybody would understand what this means. Oh, that was very creative. Wow. Well said. What did people choose? They chose agree. So they think that there is a slight mixture of information and all that. I choose here not the FTSE index, whatever that is. People are ultimately divided more by class than nationality. Now this one I can understand if you strongly agree or disagree where it would put you on the political compass, but not the previous ones. Like this. Like that. Alright. That sounds very communist law. Yeah, exactly. So at least if somebody strongly agrees, then this would put them on the left side on the spectrum. So yeah, some of these questions I can understand how they would move the dot in terms of the political compass. But some are just beyond me. I cannot understand why that's the case for some. Okay, it's either strongly disagree or agree. Now I'm gonna end the poll and I'm gonna do the top two options. Let me get it again. Between agree and strongly disagree, which are surprisingly different. Over in New Zealand, we don't really have a class system. You're either poor or poor. Bro, do I need to introduce to you the Balkans? If I do a poll, which is poorer, the Balkans or New Zealand, I think that you'll get very surprised. Let me end the poll. It looks like people agree. Now let me do the poll that I actually want to do. Where would you rather live? Also, let me see the results. People said agree. The Balkans, New Zealand. I'm very curious what people would choose. This is not related to the political compass. I'm just very curious. Because people said that New Zealand is poor. Like, this is a big difference. So yeah, I guessed correctly that people would, not overwhelmingly, but prefer to live in New Zealand. And the people who pick the Balkans are already people who most likely live in the Balkans. Or at least have Balkan-sounding names. Anyways, let's get back to it. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. Let's see. Where the people stand. Also, I just realized that my music is not Turkey. Okay, we have some Turkish nationals in the chat. Shout out to everybody here. I mean, at that point we have like how many people watching? 208 people. Oh my god. Let me do exclamation Patreon. Patreon. Come on, it can do it. Any days now. There we go. Join my Patreon if you're a cool historian. There we go. Also, I have some commands like 8ball is controlling controlling inflation better than controlling double L unemployment. Let's see what 8ball thinks. Croatian supremacy. Oh my god, my chat just was overrun by all sort of nationals. Okay, people say disagree here, which is what I clicked on accident again. Because corporations cannot be trusted by to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulations. That's an interesting one. Let's see where the people stand. Disagree, disagree, agree, and strongly agree. Oh my god. Start. Hello. Question is too long. Question. Arrow. Wait, that's not how you do an arrow. There you go. So it's about this question. If people are confused, let me center it better. Unban me from my Discord. Didn't ban you, so I'm not gonna unban you, you know. 8-Ball thinks that following the Geneva Convention is important. Oh my god, 8-Ball is about to commit war crimes. Unban me. I'm not gonna unban anybody, trust me. No matter how much you spam. I saw that Chase already started deleting some messages. Shout out to my moderators in the chat. RH doesn't unban/ban people. Yeah, that's true. I don't even ban people anymore. Now it's split between agree and strongly agree, so I'm gonna end this and ask you the top 2 questions. Question. Do you agree or do you strongly agree? Actually, when I stopped it, there was a 3% difference. But let's see it. Thank you for your vids. I appreciate that. A person from the Canary Islands, maybe. Thanks, mods, for keeping peace in the chat. Yup. Yeah, honestly, if it wasn't for the mods, then I would go insane. And we're close to a 50-50. There is 310 people in the chat, so 100 still haven't voted. I encourage the people to vote, as this would make my life 10 times easier. Literally. So let me... No, this is not what I wanted. I want this one. Check my Patreon. No new members. Sad. Wait, I can do exclamation tip. Wait, exclamation tip. By the way, I don't know if this works. It would give you a link where you can donate, but I don't know if it works. Okay, people want to agree. From each according to his ability to each according to his needs is fundamentally a good idea. Let's get it. Strongly agree. Let's get all the options. I tried not to click something on accident. So this is way harder than it may seem, believe it or not. Yeah, why are people saying Tagalog supremacy and the Philippines flag? Then we have Croatian supremacy and the Croatian flag. It's like, since when Croatians and Philippines are fighting, Filipinos are fighting over something? Also, somebody got purged. They got destroyed. Yeah, obviously don't spam. If you spam, somebody's gonna get you. Alright, people generally agree. Yo, honestly, if you're gonna spam some flags, like Algeria, Taiwan, or whatever, just spam the Swiss flag. You know what? If you spam the Swiss flag, I'm not gonna time you out, you know? So you can only spam one flag, and this is the flag of Switzerland. Laid. That's what I expected. Alright, the freer the people, or the freer the market, the freer the people. Let's see what people think about this. Did somebody send the German Empire flag? No, it's Poland, but it's black on top. Because of my dark mode. Alright, let's see what people think here. There we go. We just have Switzerland. Let me join you, actually. How are you doing rewriting? Oh, hello, DC-10 Aviation. I'm doing quite amazing. Doing a quick live stream. And yeah, how about you? It's like, as you can see, like 323 people are watching me. So that's amazing. Also, we got to spam the Swiss flag. Yeah, honestly, you can say whatever you want about your country, just use the Swiss flag. Here in this channel, we support the Geneva Convention. Well, now this is very split. I'm thinking of ending it and doing the top 3 options. People are very split on this. So this is like the first real disagreement or issue that we have. Agree. Let's see what people think here. Which episode would Kaisertum end? Tomorrow I'm gonna upload the final episode, but I'm gonna do some more bonus episodes. So tomorrow is the final, but then I'm gonna do a bonus episode for what if the opposite side won, not the side that would win in tomorrow's episode. And then I'm thinking of doing all endings, Kaisertum. So yeah, there is still 3 videos on the Kaisertum universe, at minimum. And after that I will do some regular videos, and if people want Kaisertum back, then I'm gonna be glad to bring it back. It's a sad reflection on our society that sometimes that something as basic as drinking water is now bottled, branded as a consumer product. So did I pick correctly? I did. Question. I cannot copy paste it. It's above 65 characters. Strongly agree. There we go. Let's see what people think. Disagrees were split. Yeah, people didn't work together. But again, like, this is what am I supposed to do? So we have strongly agree. Well, I'm not gonna give my opinion just yet. But like, what's the alternative? Just have a government water? Like, yeah, it's obviously not great that companies are selling something as basic as water. But like, what's the alternative? This could be a really nice debate. Free water is cool, actually. Yeah, shout out to Europe for having fountains and everything where drinking water is basically free. Tap water. Well, you know what I mean. Land shouldn't be a commodity that to be bought and sold. This one is also a really interesting question. Should land be bought or sold? Or is it like China where it should be rented for 99 years? Strongly agree. There we go. You have the freedom to choose whatever you want. In the UK you pay a small monthly fee for free drinkable tap water. Now this is disgusting, not gonna lie. Because it's like, I just don't even know how to describe it. Like in the Balkans, we have generally very clean drinking water for free, like from the tap. While in the UK, they can give you this drinking water, but they charge you. So it's like the infrastructure is already there. In the Balkans, where we have bad quality of drinking water, is usually due to like poor infrastructure. The pipes are not great. So yeah, land shouldn't be bought and sold as a commodity. People strongly disagree. They think that people should buy land. It's regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society. Question. Wait, can I do it like that? So it's quicker. Strongly disagree, disagree. Agree, strongly agree. There we go. So, is it regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their societies? I would say that, I'm gonna refrain from saying, but it's like, obviously that's very bad, but I cannot think of an instance where you can become a billionaire without contributing in any way to society, you know? So this question is a bit vague. I don't see it happening. Unless you inherit the money, which is not too common. Why don't we all just share the same water? Well, communism. Oh my god, people are saying communism, nice. Stock market moment. Well, still, if you have $1 billion and you invest them into the stock market, you buy stocks, then companies get more funding, then they can use that for something else. So you're still contributing something to the society. It's not like you make money without contributing. I honestly don't know how you can make a lot of money just by not contributing anything to society. Even like buying real estate, if you own a lot of real estate, then rent generally would go down. So this is again how society is perhaps benefiting from this. So is protectionism necessary in trade? Mods ban every word except the Swiss flag. Yo, I should invade a swole mode where you get banned if you don't do anything except the Swiss flag. And then people can do Morse code where they can just spam the Swiss flags and spaces in between. Right, here people agree that protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver profit to its shareholders. Now let's see if this is the only social. Right, like that. Oh my god. I hate this so much. Strongly agree. Alright, there we go. What do people think? You should play Victoria 3. I actually have it downloaded. But I used to play the first version, like a lot. But then they just updated the game and I don't know what's going on there anymore. Last page is about intercourse, so that should be the biggest disagreement. Well, you know, the races that we had prior. That was a big one. Screw profit, screw capitalism, tomato. Oh my god. Alright, people are saying strongly disagree, so the company should have more responsibilities than just give profit to its shareholders, which I think is fair. Now, this one is a really interesting question. Let's see where people stand on this one. I was thinking of combining my answer also with your answer, but I think that my answer would influence what the people would say. So this is like the only true test. I got monarchical communism. Watching too much Mountain General. Bulgaria based from Albania and North Macedonia. Nice. Kinda agree. Strongly disagree. Wow, people actually have... I don't want to call it common sense, but I definitely expected my audience to be like, screw the rich are the worst. Yeah, I'm gonna say that here I agree. It's like too highly taxed is barely making a profit. So they're definitely making a big profit, so they're not too highly taxed. Eat the rich. Yeah, that's what I expected. Okay, strongly disagree. Let's go. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. Oh, interesting. Disagree. Agree and strongly agree. Somebody said the Swiss flag and Trotsky. That's cursed. Eat the food. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of hungry. Maybe I should have eaten before I started the live stream, but I wanted to start it as soon as possible. I have 1 biscuit and 25 Polish zloty. I bet $0 that we will end up on authoritarian right or left. It looks to be on the authoritarian scale, honestly. So let me get something to eat. It's diabolical people agree with this Lamao. Or Imayo, which is, in my opinion. Yeah, honestly, when I get doing this, 100% I'm getting cancelled. But you know, I'm gonna give my reasons. Or do I just not give my opinion? I just observe. We'll see how time goes on. Government should penalize the businesses that mislead the public. So let me get it quicker. Here it's a lot faster. Disagree and strongly agree. There we go. Authoritarian left, all the way, said by Joseph Stalin. Fucking hell. This is a good way to filter true viewers from those who watch just because they think you agree with them. Well, yeah, I think that I can afford to lose some viewers. But then again, if I say that I strongly disagree and my chat says that they strongly agree about this question, does it really matter? Like, overall? Because I don't think so. Like, if you're the type of person who said strongly agree and you wouldn't like my videos if, for example, I said strongly disagree here, then yeah, I would be walking on thin ice and just not be able to say anything. Yeah, strongly agree. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationalists to create monopolies. Well, that's a tough question. Question. Let me get it again. Also, I finished with the biscuit, I just wanted one. Also, I swapped the locations of these. The answers, so don't vote by memory. Alright, it's right. Oh my god. Alright, so people want restrictions in the market just so they can prevent monopolies, which is fair. And people strongly agree with that. Like, everybody pretty much either strongly agrees or agrees, except like 15%. People said strongly agree, correct? Yes. Now, this is about social values. Surely this wouldn't get us in any trouble, right? Come on, it's just a question with 4 options. How bad could it be? Abortion when the woman's life is not threatened should always be illegal. Let's see if abortion should be illegal or not, pretty much. Yeah, these questions are getting controversial now. You know what? The more the controversial the questions are, the more... Yeah, look at this split. Strongly disagree and strongly agree. Now it's balanced out a bit. We're getting demonetized with this one. I don't think... I mean, if they demonetize the stream, then sure. It's not like I would make a lot of money from it either way. Well, people here strongly disagree. More people disagree than agree generally. But this is like a 60-40% split, which I find very interesting. Alright, strongly disagree. All authority should be questioned. Let's get it. All authority should be questioned. Yes or no? Agree or strongly agree? For some, I think that I know the answer of what people would think. Let's see. We're getting marks with this question. Yeah, honestly, I feel like some people maybe are trolling. But honestly, it doesn't matter. Voting strongly disagree. And you know what? There is still 10 people who will do that. So, strongly disagree. Yeah, can't agree more. Which is why I don't think that 24 people maybe chose strongly disagree. Maybe some people are trolling. Oh wait, it's strongly agree, right? I did so many strongly agree and disagree that I'm just crazy now. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Now, this, I don't know how this would put you in any, like, political ideology. Maybe I'm just stupid and don't see it. But yeah, I don't see how this is tied up to politics or social values or anything. It's like, do you want revenge? Like, if you're more authoritarian, maybe you want to take revenge. If you're not... If you're libertarian, then maybe you don't want to take revenge. I don't know how this ties to politics. But yeah, it's a question which was written by people smarter than me. Hopefully. To study this. This is now a philosophical question. Oh, quiz, yeah. Well, this is the section we have. Also, we have, like, everything is above 20%. So this is the most split question, pretty much. I'm gonna end it and do one between disagree and agree. Agree, disagree. These are your only options. Revenge would only hurt both parties. Maybe I shouldn't read the comments too much because that's like related to this. Can you maybe replace the words with the shorter terms like... Yeah, I was thinking exactly that. I don't know. I would ask the people if we should replace the words with this. And we have exactly the same split as before. I'm gonna wait a bit. But if it goes to 53%, I would just immediately end it. There you go, it's 53%. So I don't think it would swing in the other direction. People chose agree, if I'm not mistaken. How much subs do you think you need to gain or lose because of this stream? I mean, I have... I don't think I would lose any subscribers. It's not like I'm committing war crimes. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on their own for a commercial basis. Also, somebody just give me $1 with exclamation mark tip. Thank you very much. Real 1283. Okay, let's see if people prefer this. SD, D. Maybe that's easier. SA. Oh, this is like the lazy way of doing it. Just question. Highlighting the question. Yeah, I think I have been doing this for like maybe 40 minutes already. So people know the deal. They should be able to get it. I can also do it like that. But then I cannot read the chat, so it's fine. I randomly pick. That's based. Yo, honestly, if you take a monkey and you just allow the monkey to play the political compass, I really wonder what its political ideology is gonna be. Okay, people disagree with this one. But not strongly disagree. Essay wasn't the... Well, essay is also some other stuff, but it means strongly agree in that case. Wait, let me do it again like that. Yeah, that's so much easier. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory, so should going to school be mandatory? Why is it framed like that? Also, it could be like, is going to school mandatory? Yes or no? Like, make classroom attendance compulsory. Like, come on. And it's like, should not. Every time that it has a not, it's very confusing. So, people when they say they strongly disagree, does it mean that, wait, schools should not... we have double no, which to me is confusing. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. So strongly agree is keeping the status quo. Strongly disagree is making it not mandatory. Bro got confused. Yeah, because of the question. I hate the status quo. So this is what it means, right? I read it correctly. It just took me a bit more time. Make it simpler. No SD is for school to not be mandatory. Yes, so SA is the status quo. Wait, no, I got confused. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. People chose strongly disagree. I also chose strongly disagree. Compulsory required by law. Yeah, this one I understand. What confuses me is the not. Why should a question be negative? Because you have a not, something negative. Here you also have something negative that cancels out. So it makes the question way more stupid if you have a not in the question. All people have their rights, but it's better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep their own kind. This one I honestly don't understand. It's one of the questions that I don't understand. So yeah, when I get to doing this on my own, I would appreciate some help with people letting me know what these mean. I think negative makes positive. Therefore, SD means that school should be mandatory. Yeah, I don't know. Especially in Bulgarian, like, or in Slavic languages, two no's, like two negatives means a positive. But I don't know how this works in English. Racial segregation, fuck that. Don't say this shit in my chat. No, no, we do not support fucking segregation. You're making me swear. Okay, so people strongly disagree and disagree with segregation, apparently. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. Let's see. Trolls, perhaps. D-A-S-A. Now, do you think that good parents sometimes have the right to spank their children? I'm very curious, especially because in different societies. Yeah, in the Balkans that's strongly agree, but in Western Europe that's strongly disagree. So yeah, that's all up to the society and where you grew up in. Somebody said I'm Arabian, so for the Arabs I also assume it's strongly agree. But for Western Europe, America, it's strongly disagree. Yeah, people overwhelmingly are for strongly disagree, so that's nice. I mean, nice in terms of we don't have to wait. You still don't know my stance on these questions. As of now. It's natural for children to want to keep some secrets from their parents. Again, how is this political? Like, how does this answer benefit me? Or move me in any authoritarian, libertarian, left-right direction? How does the answer of this question? I really don't get it. Ah yes, 1984 question. We had a couple. The more you disagree, the more authoritarian, I think. Could be. Maybe this is because they framed it as not, like the previous question. Wait, more authoritarian probably. Yeah, but what if you agree? Let's see, I said agree. Also, it's very windy. Processing marijuana or possessing marijuana for personal use should not be criminalized offense. Again, I guess that's libertarian, like. SD, T, A, S, A. So I get this question at least how this would move you on the political scale, but some questions I don't even get how they would move me. On the scale, and I honestly don't care about drugs and all that. 291 people are still watching, which is very impressive, not gonna lie. Puts you more libertarian probably. For the personal question on this one. So people here strongly disagree. For personal use should not be criminal offense. So again, it's disagree and not. Let me think about it, because I have to go through these questions on my own. Possessing marijuana for personal use should be a criminal offense. I'm ignoring the not. Should be a criminal offense. You say, if I say agree, then if I say strongly disagree, I again don't get it. It's all because of the not. Like, if you remove the not, then it becomes the opposite, which is strongly agree. So if I read this question without not, we should get strongly agree. Possessing marijuana for personal use should be a criminal offense. And people say yes, if I'm reading it correctly. Disagree, don't read the not. Yeah, exactly what I tried. Strongly disagree. Just a Greek historian. English works like Bulgarian. To negative equals positive. It works like that in Greece. I'm no expert in language. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generations to find jobs. Yeah, I managed to fit it in. SD, G. Now I see why people say that the political compass test is kind of bad. Because it's just very confusing, at least to me. Children belong in the mines. Oh my fucking god. Well, I guess this is what happens when you have 300 people watching you on a live stream. Yeah, enough to this woke shit wolf school is forget to work. Well, people seem to agree with you, generally. And also somebody said, what else is education for, which, yeah. Child labor. Oh my god. This is very questionable. Honestly, I think that some people are baiting for my reactions, so I'm gonna try to ignore some of them. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. Now, this question will mess with you. Maybe to me this is one of the hardest questions on the list so far. So people with inheritable disabilities, do you think that they should be allowed to reproduce or not? Interesting question. To me this is like the most psychiatric question. For fuck's sake. Oh my god, that's... Fuck. I think it's better for you to stop the stream because one YouTube mod join and it's done. You think so? Like, I'm just asking people questions. I don't think that this is like too offensive for anything. It's like the political compass test. I feel like people have done it a lot. I think I cracked the code. These are not questions, they are statements. Imagine someone tells you a statement and then you respond whether you agree with them or not. Smart ass, 100%. Yeah, I guess I get it. 33%. Again, for the time when I do it. Wait, it's strongly disagree, right? SD, it's messing with me. The most important thing for children is to learn to accept discipline. Now, the people who want to send the children to the coal mines are gonna be very happy about this. We're escaping Bulgaria with this one. Hopefully. Guys, Do exclamation mark tip or exclamation mark Patreon to help me leave Bulgaria. As a child, I strongly agree. As a former child, I strongly agree. Austrian painter. Of course somebody would have to mention him in every conversation. It's like, I don't know how this is relative to that. Discipline equals more mind output. This is honestly terrible. This is like the worst live stream ever. Also, let me do exclamation Discord. If you want to have stupid conversations on my Discord server. There is the link. Actually, the members are like 1100. No, wait, what? 1800 is what they are. Okay, strongly agree. I'm not gonna wait for it too much. There are no savage and civilized people. There are only different cultures. This one I also do not understand. Like, honestly, I have no idea what this means. SDD ASA. Somebody said what, and I'm like, yeah, what? Literally no idea what that means. We're doing racism with this one. Oh my god. This is honestly horrible. Why are most people here Londoner mine owners from the Victorian era? No idea. That basically says that there are no better or worse people. Everyone is equal but different. Well, makes sense. Great like explanation. Again, it's split between strongly agree and strongly disagree. But strongly disagree is like kind of like 10% over the next one, so it should win by default. Also, I hope that my chat hasn't said anything like super offensive that I still haven't realized. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. Are people strongly disagreeing racism? Is that racist? Oh my god, come on. There are no savage people. Again, there is no, so I cannot. There's D, you know what, people can do whatever. A, S, A, there you go. By the way, there's a Bulgarian version of the political compass, but I think if I do it in Bulgarian, nobody would understand. Maybe there is just language barrier. This is literally my cuisine. No free owners. Alright, people strongly agree with this one. When you're troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. Again, what do you prefer to do when you're troubled? Do you want to distract yourself or do you want to fix the problem? Why is the question framed in such a stupid way, in my opinion? Like, the way I said it, to me it's more simple. Maybe because I'm a simple guy and I don't know many English complicated words. But you know, I get by. So people are split between disagree and strongly disagree, which I like to see. Cable network. Is it mine? I'm not gonna leak my cable. You actually don't see it. Don't escape your problems like your dad. Oh my god. I bet that one person can take that personally. Because like there's 300 people in here. Children in the mines in Wales. I have got C2 English degree, but this test is making me feel like I'm back in kindergarten. Yeah, same here. I honestly don't understand some of the questions, like why are they framed so complicated. Third generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country. Immigration A. Surely this wouldn't cause any problems. You selected the previous question wrong. Let me see. I could be Disagree. It's disagree, right? This one is disagree. Honestly, I cannot scroll this much. I could have made a mistake. So if I did, I'm sorry. Oh, here it's just everybody's even. Let the kids play Minecraft. Oh my god, this is getting worse. I think I'm gonna start ignoring some of these. Now, how do I split this between strongly disagree and strongly agree? I guess. Didn't think that this would be the question where everybody would be the most split. There must be trolling. There ain't no way. I think so. I mean, do you really think that there is trolling? Like, you can read some of the comments and understand that some people are here to troll. Alright, let's do strongly agree and strongly disagree. Let me also get my caps lock, why not? I don't have to press shift for this one. But legal immigrants can be fully integrated. I don't think it says legal or illegal, it just says first generation. So I don't think it matters if you're legal or illegal. Also, let me eat a cookie. Cookie break. Because I'm starving a lot. Do agree versus agree? Nah, no need for that. It would take a lot of time. How is the stream progressing? Let me do a cool thing. Guys, can you all subscribe if you haven't subscribed already? Last time I asked, I gained like 50 subscribers just by asking. So if you haven't subscribed, just subscribe right now and you can see this number go up together with many people. There is still a bit of delay before you get it. Let's see, it should explode any second now. Oh. There you go. Gain like 5 subscribers out of it. It's growing. It's growing even more. Yeah, asking for subscribers is like... Just got 10 for free. Well, it's 51% for strongly agree and 49% for strongly disagree. So... I'm sorry. So it's strongly agree, I guess. Wait, just a Greek historian said, I'm subscribing since the video Czechoslovakia rejecting the Munich agreement. Nice. That was a while ago. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us. Come on. Question. Writing with my one arm. Strongly disagree. Disagree. A. Strongly agree. I think I finished with these cookies, so I have nothing in arm's reach that I can't eat. The statement is framed communistly. Communistly, what a word. Oh, people are strongly disagreeing. It's good for companies to... No. I'm not even gonna read that. I saw that it was the reverse. No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. Question. SDD. Can you do a stream on time watching oversimplified? Did oversimplified drop a video? Wait, strongly agree. I mean, why would I watch somebody else's content or stream? I mean, I can. This is just a bunch of words put together hoping to make any sense. Yeah, it seems AI generated, although it's like 10 years at least before ChatGPT was released. But yeah, I wouldn't watch any YouTuber on a live stream, like his videos for more than a couple of seconds. Because I don't know how reaction live streams go on YouTube. Maybe it could get copyrighted. But I also don't have a what to add. Let me see if he uploaded at least. Or like, why are you asking me out of nowhere? Oversimplified. Yeah, he hasn't uploaded in 7 months. His views are also very down. He got like 10 million views on both. Now, before he was averaging like 50 million. Yeah, what happened there? Do more out history, bro, that's everything I do. Are you a game developer? Yes. How did I leak myself? How did you understand? Let me see. Do I have a developer thingy here? How did you know? But yeah. Did I mention it before or I don't know. Alright, here we have the wider society and something. Our civil liberties are being exclusively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. Fuck. This is... Like, out of this sentence I understand like 3 words. Like, literally. No, I didn't see it on stream, I just remembered from a past stream or Discord message, yeah. I used to work as a programmer for like 2 years, used to study it in university, but decided to drop out to do YouTube. I also studied 5 years programming in high school, so... It's fair to say that I'm more knowledgeable of programming rather than YouTube. I use translator for this one, yeah, it's very bad. Who can read this? What is curbed? Yeah. This one I honestly just have no idea. This chat is very nationalist. You didn't see the flag spamming before. People were spamming every flag possible. If you made a Hoi4 mod, it's easy to know that you made games. True, I guess. Alright, people agree, or strongly agree, it's one of the two, I'm not gonna poet. A significant advantage of one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. I cannot fit the question everywhere, but question is ASA. Let's see. Also, if there is time, I'm gonna do it myself. Somebody said technocracy. I don't know how this ties in this, but sure. What's your favorite country to write old history is? Honestly, Bulgaria, because I don't have to research anything. I mostly know the history of Bulgaria. So yeah, generally what is easier is my favorite. So my home country. But I don't do many Bulgarian alternate histories, if you have noticed. Add Greater Bulgaria mode and I'll buy members. You know what? Sure. Not right now. We have Switzerland and Bulgaria. Also, you can spam this emoji. So it's strongly disagree. Looks like they would win. Actually, I don't know. I'm gonna end it and I'm gonna do the 2 options. Because from what I can see, it's like SD or SA. We're not trying to be too accurate. Why is there a PowerPoint emoji? Because I used to make my videos in PowerPoint, believe it or not, like my first ever videos. And you know, when I got channel membership, I decided to make a PowerPoint emoji. Just so I can add it, because I thought it was very funny. So people can just spam the emoji. Let's see. Okay, people strongly agree, so I can use it. Next one. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. Can this fit in here? Oh, it's just by 2. SDD ASA. Let's do again. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. Alright. At least I understand this question, unlike the past couple questions. Literally, like 1984 question. Like all of them. Define wrongdoers. Yeah, it's up to you, I guess. Will there be space on Kaisertum in 8 weeks? Did you guys hear my cat? I promised for 30,000 subscribers when I hit it live that I'm gonna show my cat. Did you at least hear my cat meowing? More pages. I think that there is 2 more. Cat. Right, let's go for strongly disagree. I heard. Hey, my cat. Cat review. I don't have a camera. So, oh my god. Anyways, the death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. SDD ASA. There you go. We need a cat camera. Honestly, yeah. I need to buy a camera just so I can show my cat, not my ugly face. Alright, here people agree easily. Least controversial question, yeah. Oh, wait, it's strongly agree, right? SA. This is also misleading me a lot. In a civilized society, one must have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. Does it fit? It does not. Question. At what point do I start writing just Q? God bless San Marino, honestly. Let's all become San Marino nationalists. Actually, what's the population of San Marino? Don't I have more subscribers than San Marino? Yeah. Look at this. This is the population of San Marino. 33,600. And these are my live subscribers. Honestly, we can beat San Marino in terms of subscribers soon. Very soon. Okay, people strongly disagree. Interesting. Hierarchy. Question. I mean, do we need hierarchy or not? San Marino invasion when? Yeah, I need to. Start your own country with all the subs as citizens. I really want to, actually. Strongly disagree. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything should not be considered art at all. Let's see. I'm no artist. I don't think that many people here are artists, but let's see. I wish to help on Kaisertum, but I have English exams in 8 weeks. Well, that's like a while ago, but I assume that your exams are quite important. You know what, you can study. I think we have plenty of people who are working on Kaisertum. But if you really want to, you can do exclamation Discord and join the Discord server. Let one of my moderators know that you're interested. And I think that there is a poll that they can give you. Or I don't know if they're actually looking for more people. We may not be artists, but we can critique. Yeah. We can criticize. Let's go. Shouldn't be considered art at all. Strongly agree. Alright. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. Again, I don't know what's criminal justice. I guess the justice that I'm thinking about. I actually understand this. On second read, second thought. So what's more important, punishment or rehabilitation? Anarchy. Yeah, I understood. I was like very confused. Because I was like, what are there other types of justice? Like, why is it necessary to add criminal in front? But then I remembered. Biorek, in Norway. Alright, people strongly disagree. So, in criminal justice, punishment... Okay, so people are in favor of rehabilitation by voting strongly disagree. I don't know why but my brain is just not working right now. Usually I'm not this stupid. Only usually. That's A. It's a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals. Let's see what people think here. When are questions done? Well, with that tempo, maybe in 30 minutes. There should be a neutral option. Yeah, I completely agree that there should be a neutral option. Not only for the Swiss, but just in general. Especially if I don't understand some questions. Then I can just put a neutral on a question that I don't understand. Well, people are in favor of strongly agree, so they think it's a waste of time. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. That's a tough one. Let's see. D-A-S-A. Perfectly. Let's see. Who is more important? The business person or the manufacturer? And the manufacturer or the writer and the artist? That's a tough one. And people are already split on this. Agree, disagree. I have an ad. Only one right answer. Switzerland. I like how these questions don't have anything in common. Isn't still Liechtenstein technically with Austria at war? I don't know. Just realized that your accent is strikingly similar to my grandfather. He's Bulgarian. Like everybody. Yo, I need to become a Balkan nationalist. Like, you saw the poll today that I was like, do you guys think that I'm a Balkan or Bulgarian nationalist? And people are like 70% yes. Although I disagree with that, but I guess that's how people view me. But I was thinking of just making some memes for, like, if people are gonna say that I'm a Bulgarian nationalist, either way, then I might as well start acting like it. He spoke Slavo-Macedonian, which is kinda a dialect of Bulgarian. Makes sense. Alright, people are very split on this, but I'm gonna strongly disagree. Again, if there was a neutral option, I would definitely do the neutral one. But yeah, 30% is fine. I'm a Moroccan nationalist who loves Bulgaria. Oh my. I swear, some people were introduced to Bulgaria just because of me. Or maybe like the country just because of me, which I think is cool. So, mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be the homemakers. Let's see. Is my audience a fan of a bald guy living in Romania? Apparently not. Kitchen, for fuck's sake. I was waiting for somebody to say it, actually. They said it. I'm also Bulgarian. I'm so sorry to hear. I wish you get help. Okay, strongly disagree. There is not a debate here. People are not workers of the world, sir. This is Wendy's. Almost all politicians promise economic growth, but we should heed the warnings of climate science that growth is detrimental to our efforts to curb global warming. I don't know what this means. I guess I could understand it, but I'm not doing it right now. Okay, let me really try. Some people are like, what the fuck? Almost all politicians promise economic growth, yes, but we should heed the warnings of climate change that growth is detrimental to our efforts to curb global warming. What? I don't know either. Visible confusion, yeah. Political compass will really say, is murder not occasionally not good? Yeah, it's like not. Am I dumb? Nah, I think that this is just... I see a lot less people are voting on this one, so either I lost a lot of people, which isn't the case, or people who don't understand the questions just refuse to vote. It means if economy is more important than dealing with global warming. Yeah, I understood that, but which one is for the economy, which one is for the global warming, right? Because you have a couple of notes and it's like not easy to read. Is what heed means, I no idea, honestly. I'm not even gonna pretend. I'm gonna end it. People said disagree, there we go. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. This question I also don't understand, but thankfully I'm not the one doing it. It's you guys, my loyal audience. What does curb mean? Oh my god. Yeah. Maybe I should do it in Bulgarian on my own. Heat also means understand. Let's see what people are saying here. Making peace with the establishment. I don't know what the establishment is. Is it like the... Don't worry if you don't understand, we don't either. Nice. Yeah, I swear, when it's my turn to do some of these political tests, some of these questions, I may be just not understanding the question. Unironically, if the quiz was in Greek, I'd understand less. You think so? I think that if it was in Bulgarian, I would pretty much get all of it. Strongly disagree, right? Establishment is ruling class, yeah. Alright, page 5 of 6, we're almost done. Astrology accurately explains many things. SDD. Hey, SA. There we go. I'm getting faster and faster. What does establishment mean in Bulgarian? Oh, fuck. Let me see. I know the word. It's not this word. Oh my god. Do we have a word for that? I really don't know. I guess my brain is just on a whole different frequency. Alright, strongly disagree. People don't believe in astrology at all. You cannot be moral without being religious. SD. Wait, we're in Cyrillic. No, I guess. People don't know the Cyrillic alphabet. Also, yeah, let me write in Cyrillic. There you go. Some Slavic letters. Yo, I would allow for some people to write in Cyrillic if they have the alphabet. There we go. Just so we can confuse the non-Cyrillic users. Okay, people are strongly disagreeing with this one. Charity is better than social security as means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. Oh my god. SDDASA. Yeah, we have some Cyrillic. I hope that I'm confusing some people. What is social security? Are you Bulgarian or... I guess I'm not gonna speak it in Bulgarian. This needs a neutral option. Most of them need a neutral option. Looking at this. Lithuanian. Why did you say Lithuanian but like that? Eat English. I think that some people are translating in Bulgarian, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, here we have strongly disagree. Some people are naturally unlucky. SDD. ASA. That was quick. Non-European here, Egyptian, there we go. Monarchy best, and we have Montenegro with the Orthodox cross. Litva equals Kitai. What? Yeah, people are just spamming in Bulgarian, which is honestly nice. Again, I believe that if it wasn't for me, then Bulgaria wouldn't be on the radar for many people. Let me do the top two options. Some people are naturally unlucky. SD or A? No, yes, or A. These are the top two options. Yeah, you can fuck off, mate. Like that. It's like, honestly, the rules of the chat are very simple. I have just 4 rules. It's like, be respectful, no inappropriate language, no spamming, no advertising. And people would still break like 4 rules that I have. Okay, so people agree that some people are naturally unlucky. It is important that my child school insists religious values. Let's see, SDD, ASA. Damn, I'm quick with this. Also, have I been live streaming for 2 hours? Is it wrong? It shows 1 hour 30. I guess 1 hour and a half. Yeah, exactly 1 hour and a half. Macedonia better than you. Alright. If you're from Macedonia, I'm glad that you prefer to stay there than in Bulgaria. Have fun, my guy. I don't know why people would think that they would provoke me by saying Macedonia is better. Alright, live there. Okay, people strongly disagree with teaching religion in school. This is the last page. And after that, I think it's my turn to do it. But I would need your help to understand the questions properly. You're saying Bulgaria is better than Bulgaria's. You know what I mean. Honestly, like, I don't care. Right, here we have strongly disagree, but I'm gonna wait for some people. I'm gonna be respectful. I ended too early despite like only 50% of the people voting. I just finished my political compass and it got me completely wrong. Honestly, I feel for you. With these questions, maybe next time I need to do another test. It has more simple questions. Alright, question. Oh wait, this I can read in a second. ASA. Believe it or not, I can write and read Cyrillic. I trust can't... Wait, I trust can't speak any language that... This one is trolling me. Justice language that is the script. I didn't understand this part. But yeah, believe it or not, I can read and speak Cyrillic. What's this word? Zakt. speak any language. Interesting. Okay, people strongly agree that, like what, people can adopt children? Yeah. Strongly agree, yes. Oh wow, definitely something not controversial. I mean, it's not, only in the eyes of YouTube, I guess. Which is why I'm not gonna read the question. I got in the stream, where can I find this test? You know what, I'm gonna give you the link, there you go. It's honestly a bot test. Maybe you should try something else. Alright, people chose SA. Should be legal for the adult population, alright. What goes in private in the bedroom between two consenting adults is no business for the state. Again, that's not political. It's like libertarian or authoritarian, but still. There are way better questions that are more political. I use a Serbian keyboard because it's QWERTY and for some reason it doesn't have Z, so I just wrote J. And the Y is like U because the Serbian J makes Y sound. Yeah, but it's just throwing me off because in Bulgarian, like, you have C, but... Or let me give you another example. You have P in English, but in Bulgarian you have R. And they're exactly the same, but this means P, this means R. And this is H, let me do it capitalized. This is H. In Bulgarian it's N. So you can see that they're exactly the same. But when you mix Latin and Cyrillic, I don't know which one to read. Like, do I read the P? Do I read the R? It's somewhat complicated. To a person who doesn't know anything about the writing system. Okay, strongly agree. Let's see, that's Cyrillic. Wait, ASD. Let me get up. CNC yes, C and S. Yeah, this is even worse to complicate. Yeah, you know, the Greek letter R is... I don't know this letter. Serbians just use J for some reason. For R. Wow. Two SDs. Oh, wow. Let me fix it. SD, D, A, SA. I think it's because I'm very hungry. So I'm gonna speedrun the test that I'm gonna do myself. I will try to explain, like, when it comes my turn. We are, like, almost ready. So, right now it would come my turn to do the political test, and I would need your help to translate some of the questions. Like, this page I understand very well, but, like, some of the previous pages are just very stupid. Alright, people strongly disagree. And these days, openness about sex has gone too far. Let's see. The final question. SDD. ASA. Macedonia is Bulgaria or Greece? Me and just a Greek historian need to play rock, paper, scissors for it, you know. That's the only way. People strongly agree. It looks like it's about my turn to start doing it. I hope that I can do all of the tests. But considering that rock, paper, scissors for Macedonia, yep. But considering it took you like 1 hour and a half to do the test yourselves, strongly agree. I hope that I can do it a lot quicker. Now let's see where you stand. This is the political compass, left, right. I think everybody knows how it works. Switzerland though. And you guys are interesting. I honestly didn't know where it would land. Does it surprise you? Let me zoom. There we go. Honestly, this is a bit surprising. code it. Yeah. Now, I started the stream asking who is, like, I asked, in the beginning of the stream, I asked about your political ideology, and most people voted for authoritarian right, if I don't remember. So it's very interesting how the way I collected data and your answers, how most people were in the blue quadrant, but they ended up here, just because of how flawed it is. Yeah, let me see, do you guys agree with this? Do you agree with this? Yes or no? I guess I can also ask you for your political ideology right now. And see who actually is this political ideology out of everybody. For me, the test worked quite well when I did it myself. I think, yeah, it obviously works well, but the thing is that when I have like something 50-50 split, and it's usually strongly agree or strongly disagree, it creates for very mixed results. I also think it's accurate if you understand the fucking questions. Alright, so 60% agree with this. Let's see the people's political ideology. What did we get? We got libertarian left. What is your political ideology? Alright. Come on. Authoritarian left. Why did it crash? Come on. Left. Authoritarian right. Lib left. Lib right. So you don't need to write in the chat your specific ideology. Also, I have no space for the centrist. I am only allowed 4 options by YouTube. So I cannot do a centrist one. Libertarian left. So most people are actually this ideology. Which is also where I fall, believe it or not. I am here where my mouse is. Like here, I guess. I took it a couple of days ago. And yeah, I was here. So I'm basically a centrist. But yeah, here. It's like I was even like 1 or 2 pixels to the left. So in terms of left and right, I'm very centrist. But in terms of authoritarian and libertarian, I was like slightly, maybe here, where my mouse is. Like that. This is where I fall. But we'll see if I can replicate it right now. Now, most people are this political ideology. Nice. Now it's time for me to shine and actually do the test myself. Please don't crash. Yeah, there we go. Take the test. I'm gonna speedrun it a bit. I'm gonna open a Bulgarian version. Nah, the Bulgarian version is not nice. Alright, English. Now, let me zoom as much as I can go. Come on, how did I do it before? Reset. I guess it was like that. Okay, if economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. Yes, I'm gonna give an explanation to something that is more controversial, or maybe people are not gonna agree with me as much. So not for every question I would give an explanation. I just want to go fast. I'd always support my country whether it's right or wrong. I would not. Like, if they do something that's not right, I wouldn't support that. No one chooses their country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. Generally, I agree with that. Like, obviously you can be proud of your country's history, you can be proud of your country's cuisine, you can be proud of your country's traditions, of so many things you can be proud about your country. But the thing is that nobody chooses it. So I don't think that if people value history the most, then I think it's stupid to be proud of it, because it's like you can say, I am a Bulgarian and like 2000 years ago a Bulgarian did this or whatever. I'm generally not a supporter of this. Let me see what people think. See that some people are already leaving, but that's fine. Our race has many superior qualities compared to other races. Now here I think that people said mostly disagree, but I would go down the opposite part. Or I read pride from here and with my peripheral vision and got confused. Now, I don't think that the Bulgarian race has any superior qualities, but in general, I think that some races have some superior qualities over others. Like, we can do top runners in the world map. And yeah, you can see that the top, like, 100 fastest 1500 meter runners usually come from Kenya, from Ethiopia, and all that. Like, you don't see any Chinese, Japanese, Australians, Brazilians, just a few Americans, like no Canadians. So if everybody was equal, I think that these dots would be spread around everywhere. But clearly that's not the case. There is also like some tribes in the Philippines that can swim underwater for like 5 minutes and not die. So I think that there is definitely some superior qualities to some races, not in a bad way. Which yeah, people I think would disagree with that. Yeah, this is a discussion. What do you guys think? Like, if no race had any superior qualities, then how is this possible? With the birthplace of the 100 fastest 10k runners of all time. Like, they're all in the same region. Especially in Kenya, like around Lake Victoria. Lifestyle and climate. Yeah, obviously. And like for the case of the Philippines, like they have to hunt for food. So their lifestyle is definitely so much different than ours. It's not really race, it's culture. You have a point, but then how do we define it? But are they better at everything? No. It's like one is better than one thing, but not like at everything. Obviously. There is nothing different about races, so people are equal. Well, then how do you explain this one? If everybody is equal, then why isn't a Chinese person, like China and India have the highest population in the world, then why aren't more dots in China and India if everybody was equal? I think that's a fair point. It's like Uganda, with a population of like, what, 40 million, would have much more than Germany with less population, or maybe the whole of Europe. The map is wrong then. Well, I don't know. This is like what I'm using, so I can't know. I didn't make it myself. These are differences really enough to call them... These are differences really enough to call them superior in general. I don't understand. Basically, you're a Nazi or not. I'm not, of course. Can't make assumptions based on rumors or stereotypes. Well, these are not stereotypes. I think that this is a fact. That most people who run come from this region. Yeah, this is just a question that I would just put neutral. Race is generic, but it's more about the culture. I guess. Everyone is equal except Albanians. They're better, right? According to you. I think the Central African countries have some rate of life, mostly. Have some... Don't know, I don't understand that. It's regional acclimation and culture. Well, then isn't it this race, pretty much? I think that's a fair point to say that, like, what is a race, technically? A race is like, you have one person over here, you have another person over there. They grow to be different. So, a race isn't race like regional acclimation and culture, pretty much? No. Let me just make sure that this doesn't come. A race equals skin color. Don't think so. I don't think that this is a definition that's correct. The causes wrong assumptions and wrong policy making. Remember the race American Germany I cannot understand this one. That causes wrong assumptions. Which one causes wrong assumptions? This one? Well, yeah. So I think that this is fair to say that usually people who have rough lives, either they die or they adapt. And maybe it's fair to say that these people have rough lives, so they adapted and they became faster at running, which I think is fair to say. But again, isn't it like a race? Race is mostly skin color and family background, you can't ever change it. Well, it's like, wow. You know what, do I just close my eyes and pick this one? It's like a whole topic that I can just talk over for hours with my audience. Writing history, let's just say that races and places are from the Middle East, Asia, Balkans, yeah. And people look and live different from other people, I think that defines a race. Well, yeah, sure, but then this is like because they live different lives. Please notice me, I'm here. Maybe you're right on some issues about races, but then when it comes down to it, all people are equal. There is absolutely no doubt about it. It's like I strongly believe that like all lives are equal and everything. But there are some people who are better at certain things than other people. And I don't mean to say it in a bad way. Because again, how is it possible that China and India, the most populous countries, they make like 1/3 of the world's population, they wouldn't have any red dots. But like Somalia and like, what is it? Is it even Djibouti? Yeah, like this random Djibouti nation with less than 1 million people would have a runner that is better than 3 billion people overall. But yeah, I don't, because it says our race. And I just ignore the word our, because obviously I don't think that the Bulgarians is also equal, bodies are not. At least that's what I think. This is exactly also what I think. Because all bodies are not. But the thing is, since it says superior qualities, the bodies do have some superior qualities for some people. But again, I'm ignoring our. Because if it was our, I can replace it with the Bulgarian. So is the Bulgarian race superior in any way? I don't think so. But generally speaking, which is different from this question, I just raised something that I think is interesting. Maybe to some of you. Strongly disagree 100%. What's your opinion on socialist democracy? I have many more questions to answer. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Generally, yes, but I would be a bit neutral. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. I think that people put strongly agree. I'm gonna go with disagree. Pretty self-explanatory. Let me remove this. There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Is it worrying? I mean, there is a lot of information, a lot of entertainment. But I think it's only for the good. Unless the situation takes place in the Balkans. Yeah, everybody's enemies there. No friends. So yeah, there is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Well, fusion, so you have something that is both informative and entertaining. And I think that's great. You don't have something like traditional television, which you just watch only for only for entertainment, and you read book only for education. Now you have a fusion of them, and I think that's only great. At least for me. If I'm reading the question correct, by the way. You're literally being targeted in this question. What? Yeah, because I make alternate history, so it's education and entertainment. The enemy of my enemy is my enemy. Exactly. That's Balkans for you. People were ultimately divided more by class than by nationality. I think so, not gonna lie. Because it's like, what? Everybody in here, I would say that we are maybe the same class. But in terms of nationality, everybody is so different. And I think that this is how I can give my point that I would agree with this. Like, everybody here, we don't have any millionaires, we don't have any billionaires watching this. But we have people from all diverse nationalities watching this. So I think that this is my proof that people are maybe more divided by class than nationality. Just maybe. Again, these are just my opinions as of right now. I'm 21 years old. Still don't know a lot about the world, but I'm learning and this can be changed in the future. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. Well, I'm sorry. It's practically the same thing. Like inflation and unemployment are linked, so I don't think it matters too much. But I feel like controlling inflation isn't that bad. Maybe, wait, I would prioritize controlling unemployment. So how do I frame it? Controlling inflation is more important. No, I prefer to control unemployment rather than inflation. But let me disagree, not strongly. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulations, absolutely. From each according to his ability to each according to his need is fundamentally a good idea. Well, it's fundamentally a good idea, yes, but is it an idea that should be implemented in a government or something like that? I don't know. So yeah, this is because it says it's a fundamentally good idea. Yeah, sure. But what about the country, or what about in which context? The freer the market, the freer the people. Generally, yes. But you have some extreme conditions where monopolies form and the people become oppressed in a free market. So yeah, generally, unless like free market with regulations, which is something a bit down. It's a sad reflection of our society that something as basic as drinking water is now bottled, branded consumer product. I would disagree, because what I said earlier is like, what is the alternative? Have government water, so it's not branded and bottled. Like, again, what's the alternative? I think that this is a very hard question to answer. Disagree. Are you just picking my options? Nice. Would you want to become the president of Bulgaria? You have full authority. The president of Bulgaria doesn't have any power. Tap water. Well, obviously tap water, but it's like what? Get rid of bottled water, if you strongly agree. Like, you just drink from the tap. I'm gonna leave it as disagree for now. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. I think that land should be bought and sold, so strongly disagree. Land shouldn't be a commodity. Yes, okay, strongly disagree. It's regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who manipulate. Well, yeah, I strongly agree, but it's like, as I said it, when people were answering it, I don't think that a lot of people made their fortunes just by manipulating money. And they didn't contribute nothing to their society. Like, again, if you have $1 billion and you put it into the stock market, that's surely benefiting your society. Protectionism is sometimes necessarily in trade. Yeah. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. Honestly, if you remove the only or one of the main social responsibilities, I would say strongly agree. But because it says only, it greatly changes my answer. Just because of one word. Nope, that's just extracting workhorse from the proletariat. Oh my god. In that test, it's pretty bad. There is no middle ground. Yeah, for some I want to give a middle ground. You mean company needs to survive? No, yeah, it's like social responsibility. Also, social responsibility is to give people jobs, right? Not just to give profit to the shareholders. The rich are taxed way too highly. I don't think so, honestly. Let me maybe go and disagree. The rich are too highly taxed. I mean, here I would be neutral because I think that the rich are maybe fairly taxed for the value that they produce and that they give. I think it's fair. Those with ability to pay should have the access to higher standard of medical care. Here people said strongly disagree, but I'm actually gonna do something that may surprise you, and I'm gonna say agree. From the simple reason that it's like, imagine that you have two people, like one is an employee, one is the employer. If the employer dies, then all the people who work for him would also lose their jobs, and this would cause a lot of stress. So my logic behind this is like, obviously we're talking about two lives that are equal, and in a perfect society everybody would have the perfect healthcare that they would need. But in one case, just one person, like something happens to them, and in the other, like the employer, the person who gives the jobs, if something were to happen to him and he has like 1,000 employees under him, then if this person dies, maybe these 1,000 people just lose their jobs as a result of one person dying. So yeah, that's my logic behind it. But again, this is an open conversation. People can give their opinions about this. Let's see what people think. Hello, dude. I'm a big fan of you. Thank you very much. Opinion. Yeah, if people disagree, they can just... I don't really know anymore, Lamao. I'm 15 and this is deep. Oh, wow. Well, yeah, if you look at it in the perspective of you have a employer who has like 1,000 people working for him, maybe his life is a bit more important, because in the other case you lose one person. Like, what's the trade-off? One person dies, that's one thing. The other is one person dies and 1,000 people lose their jobs in this extreme scenario. I don't think rich people should get better healthcare, but if they find something only they can afford, why should we prevent it? Yeah, honestly, it's like, if they can pay for something that is very, very expensive, then why should we ban it just so that we're all equal? Like, there is a difference between equality and equity, and people usually want one, but they do the other. I somewhat agree, but if everyone gets it, at least basic free healthcare. Of course, this is why you need to tax a bit more. Technically, if you work more than others, you should have better healthcare. Yeah, out of money. Like, I feel like if you have 1,000 people working for you, then obviously you should have the better healthcare just because you have more money. So this question is a bit more stupid. It's like assuming that these people are equal in terms of money, which they are not. Utopia scenario, everybody gets the best healthcare available. Yeah, we all want it, but it's difficult. Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Oh, absolutely, they should. Like, if there was strongly agree, I will pick that. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationalist corporations to create monopolies, yes. Which is like what I ties with the free market thingy. The freer the market, the freer the people. Abortion when the woman's life is not threatened should always be illegal. I don't know why it should always be illegal. It's like I'm this person who is like pro-choice. Imagine having the choice in anything. Seems crazy. People are like, no, nah. SA. Wait, did I choose the wrong thing? Should always be illegal. Why should it always be illegal? Yeah, this is a big thing. Strongly agree, strongly disagree. I guess we can disagree on many things, but the most important thing is that we can enjoy some alternate history together. Yeah, this is like where I stand. It's like, why make it illegal? Like, why not make it optional? Like, if you don't like it, then you don't have to use it. I think it's as simple as that. It's like, should all meat be banned? Well, I don't think so. If you're a vegan, you shouldn't say yes. because that's what you believe in, and you can eat whatever you want to eat without forcing other people to eat the same. Like, this is, to me, forcing your beliefs upon other people. It's like, everybody should have the choice, and whether they use it or not is up to them and their morals, I feel like. All authority should be questioned. Well, 99% of it. It's like, I don't know, like authority. Your parents give you authority. Should you question your parents? It depends. Maybe between agree and strongly agree, like right here. On the scale of 1 to 10, like 7.5. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth? I don't think so. Then it's like... Isn't abortion legal in Bulgaria? I honestly don't know, and I don't care too much. I changed my mind, it's strongly disagree. Well, I don't want you to change your mind, I'm just giving you my perspective, because I know that this is a very complicated question. You're murdering another human because you couldn't watch out. Well, again, this is like an option. If this is like your way of seeing things, then you don't have to do it, but for some people, they want to do it. Or maybe some people don't think that this is a human. You think that this is a human, but some people don't. Now, I don't say which type of person I am. I just think that it's up for the people to decide for themselves, you know. I've been subscribed for about a year. Keep it up, great work. Thank you very much. Let's see. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. Well, I disagree. It's like in these theaters and museums you have a lot of things that are pretty much like what your culture and society is about. So if these things are neglected, then what do you have? You have work, taxes, and that's about it. It's very important to have these as options. Strongly agree, strongly disagree. Switzerland is the best, agree. Yeah, it's a whole different society. But people also aren't allowed to kill a baby. They could just define it as being non-human. It's a very complicated question, as I said. But again, if people don't like it, they don't think that this is murder, don't use it. The people who think that this is fine, they can use it. Yeah, here we have murder. If a person thinks this is murder, don't use it. If a person thinks that this isn't murder, they can use it. Like, I don't see the problem with people doing it for their own. It's not like I have... yeah, who said that? I cannot even find it. But why would I force somebody to something they don't like? Schools should not make classrooms attendance compulsory. Schools should not make... I don't understand this. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. When I say agree, they shouldn't make it compulsory. I see. Yeah, honestly, this is a big question. But let's move on from the debate and all that. Is there a neutral option? Unfortunately not. We can move away from this debate because I think that this is more interesting. Now, a lot of people are forced to go to schools and they don't learn anything. And this is like a lot of people, especially in the Balkans and maybe the rest of the world, I assume. But my theory is, if you make it not compulsory, so you can either go or not go, the people who go and actually try hard are gonna have a better life at the expense of people who had the choice to go but decided to be idiots and not go. So I think that not making it compulsory or not making it mandatory would benefit the people who go to school and would punish the people who don't. And also, if school isn't the thing for you, you can just quit and work. It's not mandatory. I learned more from rewriting history than school. So yeah, you can have the option to not go to school and learn from online videos. More uneducated people, 1,000,000%. But the people who are educated, they would be even in a better position. In my opinion, school is the way to get an average job with a 100 success rate. But if somebody like me, for example, wants to do YouTube, it's a risk, and for most people it wouldn't work out. Yeah, which is why I quit from university. Like, this is why it's not strongly agree to me, it's just agree. But again, this is like a very interesting topic. I learned a lot of history on the internet, but school I learned nothing. Exactly so. I was exactly the same when I was a student. And I was like, well, this is like kind of pointless. Because like what, I am trying very hard, but there is also this guy next to me who skips almost every class, does nothing. And he will pass school, I will pass school, so we're technically the same. Grades don't matter if you don't go to university, right? So not making it mandatory, I think, is smarter to punish the people who don't want to go, or the people who want to do other things with their lives. I wouldn't know if for World War II. Surely me too, because I assume you and me, we start learning history from the beginning. So it's like you maybe started with the Roman Empire, then the Byzantine Empire. In Bulgaria we started with the first Bulgarian Empire, and it's like until you get to the Second World War, you're like, what, 10th grade or something. I think the education system should be reformed and rebuilt from the ground up, 1,000,000,000%. I agree. It's so bad, it's just laughable. This is the most subjective question yet. Too many unknowns, too many possible situations for one answer. Exactly, it's just... Most questions are like that. Can you live from YouTube? I already live from YouTube, so my channel is proof that you can. I think that a lot of this depends from the school, that they can have good or bad schools. Honestly, if you make the grades more punishing, this is also the same. Because if you don't go to school, you would have bad grades. So maybe you wouldn't finish school. So again, you can either make it mandatory or not, to go or not, or you can reform the grading system. But yes, something needs to be done. Generally, I'm down to punish the people who want to swag and to benefit the people who actually want to try hard. I don't see why people who really want to try hard, their level should be bring down by other people who want to swag, you know. All people have their rights, but it's better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. I don't think so. I think that this is the segregation question. All people have their rights, but I think it's better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep their own kind. What the fuck does this mean? I don't know. But I frame it as segregation. Basically, it's like everybody has the right, but there is a big wall and only this type of person is allowed on the other side. This question is racist 100%. Did I read it correctly and pick the right option? I think that people are not screaming at me. Basically, I'm against separating people. Basically, Greeks keep to the Greeks, Bulgarians keep to the Bulgarians. Again, that's very... Why? It's like... I don't think that this is how it should be. Like, this, I know that this isn't your position, but I'm gonna use it as an example. Basically, 2 Greeks and 2 Bulgarians go to Germany, which happens every day, let's be real. I think that the Bulgarians shouldn't stick with the Bulgarians and the Greeks shouldn't stick with the Greeks just because they are from the same country. Because what if one Bulgarian and one Greek have more in common than the 2 Greeks and the 2 Bulgarians? Maybe people should stick with each other for the type of people they are, that they are honest, the football clubs that they like, the music that they like, rather than just nationality. I'm sorry. Why are you racist? I literally said the opposite of being racist. People can stick together if they want, obviously. But I think it's very stupid for people who are the same nationality to stick together only for the sake just because they're the same nationality. An example of how class divides us more than nationality. Yeah. Which is why I said agree, so this makes sense for me here. I think it's saying that the Greeks should live in Greece and Bulgarians to Bulgaria. They shouldn't move to Germany because that's for the Germans. It's kind of dumb. Well, then why have open borders? It's like, if the one person can live only in one country, then I think that's automatic oppression. It's like, you cannot move away just because you're born there. Like, that's North Korea level shit, you know? Only North Korea can do that. I think that everybody agrees on this one. Most people. Somebody said strongly agree. I think that they're memeing. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. Here I was surprised, because people picked strongly disagree. I'm gonna say strongly agree, because I'm from the Balkans. And people from Western Europe and the United States of America don't know how people from the Balkans raise their children. It's a completely different thing. But yeah, it says sometimes. You don't have to do it every time. But basically, I think that the child should respect the parent, and if the child doesn't respect the parent, then that's literal racism, Lemao. The one that I picked, or because I may be misunderstanding the questions and picking some stupid options. I am not racist against anybody, literally. Also, yeah, I see it mostly because people think that the Ottoman Empire controlled Bulgaria. Some people from Bulgaria don't like the Turks because of this, but it's like... Alright, next up. It's natural for children to want to keep secrets from their parents. Everybody strongly agrees with this one. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminalized offense. Well, I'm not a fan of it, but I cannot ban it for every person. Like, I don't like drugs. I think that it ruins the lives for many, many millions of people every year. Should not be a criminal. Wait, did I pick the right thing? Should not be. So I agree, it shouldn't be. Disagree? Okay, I don't agree that it's like choice equals freedom. Yeah, but it's like, do you want to have the choice to completely like destroy your life with drugs? Marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. Well, again, then you have the argument of if it's banned, then it makes it more desirable. Drugs are addicting, don't do them. Exactly what I think. It's just... Maybe I wouldn't go strongly disagree, because if you ban something, it makes it more desirable, as I said. It depends on the quantity. I don't think so. I think that, personally for me, from what I have seen, this is a gateway for stronger stuff that are illegal. And cigarettes are a gateway for that. So either ban cigarettes or, I don't know. My life, my choice. You can. It's not like I'm stopping you. Yes, strongly neutral. Stream still on. Yep. Could be. But this thing doesn't ruin your life as much as this thing. Like, this thing may be more addictive, but this thing will for sure ruin your life, basically. We live in a timeline where saying drugs bad isn't common sense for all people. Well, I don't know. People are like, yeah, it's my body, it's my choice. It's like, okay, I really don't give a shit if people do drugs or not. I personally don't like it. Which is why I said disagree. I don't think that we should force everybody to stop doing them. Drugs can be good. Yeah, you also have this as a point. But here we don't have drugs in general, we have something. It's not good, but I believe the choice should be there. Well, again, do you want the choice to ruin your life? I don't think so. The prime function of schooling should be to equip future generations to find jobs. Yeah, find and create. Maybe agree, because I want to add and create. Because to find jobs, it's basically to teach these children to have a factory mindset, to have this employee mindset. Honestly, if you have and create, then this is the best. Give me the choice. I'm not stopping anybody from having the choice. I strongly agree. I don't think that you should strongly agree. And everybody who says strongly agree, hear me out. If this is the prime function to find jobs, this means that these children are taught to be workers. But what if it's to find and create jobs? Then they can also create jobs, they can benefit society a lot. So I think that we should agree, we shouldn't strongly agree. Let me see if these people, what they think, especially. I'm curious. Not strongly agree, but yes, I agree. Yeah. I'm not trying to change your mind, by the way. You can try to prove me wrong, you can give me your point. But I don't think that they should be made into employees. Just add and create jobs. If this had and create jobs, I would be strongly agree, but it doesn't have it. You can find a job that doesn't exist, obviously, but the thing is that most people in most schools are taught to be employees, not to create something. Hey, I'm glad that I was able to have some influence. But yeah, people are taught just to find jobs, not to create jobs. They think that creating is too risky, everything, and it's only for the rich people. So yeah, some people just don't have the mindset of creating jobs. People literally raises... school literally raises people to think the same way though. Yeah, it's like the employee mindset. You go to work, you go to university, you take a credit, you go to buy a house, you work 30 years to pay off the house, and that's 95% of people I just described. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. Now, here people said strongly disagree, I would say disagree. The thing is that obviously this is not great, but I feel like people with these disabilities, they are very conscious of them. And they know that their children will have them. And they don't want their children to have what they're suffering through. Obviously, we don't want to ban it. Yeah, you know what? I think that these people are moral enough to understand that their child is gonna inherit their disabilities and that their child is gonna be feeling not great. Straight up Nazi question. Well, strongly disagree. Well, this is my position. I'm between disagree and strongly disagree. There is some validity to both. You know what? I'm gonna do disagree. Because most people are saying strongly disagree. I want to be different. So I'm gonna do just disagree. For the sake of being different than you guys. The most important thing for children is to learn to accept discipline. I guess what is more important than discipline? Obviously language. But then, does it become strongly agree? I think that this question is a bit stupid. Like, a child cannot be disciplined without knowing the language or knowing how to walk. Right? But I feel like these things are obvious. Maybe I agree because of some, like the things that I just said. It's like, maybe it's very important, but being able to speak is maybe a bit more important. A child without discipline won't be mature. Yeah, but a child which doesn't speak is also. Children should be disciplined so in the future they don't break the law or stuff like that. Well, obviously, but is it like the most important thing? Because I think it's more important to speak and walk. Not just be disciplined without being to speak or walk. There is no savage and civilized people, there is only different cultures. That's a tough one. Honestly, I don't know. Because you have like the both sides. There are no savage and civilized people. Okay, I understand this. Now the next part of the question. There are only different cultures. So this is claiming that one culture is more savage, while one culture is more civilized. Which I don't see, to be honest. True, strongly agree, strongly disagree, strongly agree. Oh my god. He's getting oppressed. Some cultures are horrifying. So, you know what? You said that North Korea. North Korean is a culture. Then isn't it theoretically possible to say strongly agree? Because it's not like the Korean people are savage. It's just that the North Korean culture is savage. I think that this is a good point. Yo, did I just discover something interesting? Cultures may look different, but they have different beliefs that may not look civilized to other ones. Yeah, like Muslims don't drink, but the rest of the world drinks alcohol. So, to the Muslims, the people who drink, we may look uncivilized or savage. Does it mean you strongly disagree? I don't understand the question completely. Let me see. There are no savage and civilized people. There are only different cultures. Only different. My brain cannot comprehend this one sentence. I guess this strongly agree. Or maybe agree just because for what I said. It's like North Korea. Like these people are not savage. Like the Koreans in general are not savage. We see them in South Korea being very successful. But the North Korean culture makes them savage. So there is no, like, everybody is the same, pretty much. But the North Koreans just for 8 years have been ruling. You strongly agree then, I guess. Strongly disagree. Bananas, you should hear about my point for North Korea. Strongly disagree, this is really stupid. Take for example a person from my home country of Poland. He starts drinking a lot and screaming that's uncivilized, that's not culture. No, listen about North Korea. Let me say this again. Basically, you have the Korean Peninsula. And on the Korean Peninsula, you have the same people. They're identically the same before the Cold War. Or at least I think that they are pretty much the same. Like they were one culture. But then the Soviet Union and the United States split the Korean Peninsula in two. So you have a North Korean culture and a South Korean culture. And for 8 years, 80, these people haven't interacted with each other, mostly. This means that they are very different. Like, it's practically two different cultures, two different worlds. Like, one is capitalist, one is socialist. Like, one is about money, property, rights, university. North Korea is about, I don't know, growing food and surviving. So these are two different cultures. But it doesn't mean that the Koreans are savage. It means that the North Korean ideology over its people is savaged. So in a way that there is no savage and civilized people. There are only different cultures. And I think that, yeah, it's like we're all the same. But if you take a civilized people and you put them into North Korea, their children are likely to become savage. Strongly disagree, we need farmers. Okay, you're just memeing. Then I just wasted a bit of time explaining. Sure, but isn't the culture of North Korea good? Well, by world standards, depends on what you mean. Like, what do they value? They don't value education too much because if you become too educated, you might run away or speak against the state. It's a tough question. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. I think that's self-explanatory. When you're troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. I am a big believer that a person should solve their problems first. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated with their new country. Generally, I agree. It's like, it doesn't matter like legal or not. Can never be fully integrated. I mean, they can... Let's define integrated. Okay, let's go there. Integrated, speak the language, breathe the culture, go to work. I feel like this is possible. But like fully integrated, I think this means become like a citizen. And I don't think that if I go to Switzerland, like I have... right now I'm 21 years old. And if I go to Switzerland and live the rest of my life there, let's say that I live to 100. So basically I would spend I would have spent 21 years in Bulgaria and 79 years in Switzerland. But I don't think I would fully integrate. Because it says, yeah, full integration is impossible. Exactly, because of the word full. If this word was missing, then my answer would be completely different. But this word makes me say agree. What's good for most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us. Generally not. Like in some cases maybe. But for most people they don't benefit from the success of some corporations. No broadcasting institutions, however independent its content, should receive public funding. Well, I don't see why not. Okay, so they're independent, should receive public funding. Isn't this... Okay, what's the alternative? The broadcasting institution does not receive public funding, which means that it gets it by the government, which means that the government controls them. So basically this question I'm reading it is, who do you want to control the broadcasting institutions? The government or the people? No broadcasting. I strongly disagree. I think that the people can give funding to the broadcasting institutions if they want to. Yeah, people disagree. I'm strongly disagree. Yeah, it looks like I'm the only one who is strongly disagree. Private funding is terrible for news, too biased. Yeah, exactly. Like, the alternative from public funding is private funding, which is worse. I think that everybody agrees here. There is no point to make. Now, this I don't understand. Can somebody translate this? Our civil liberties are being exclusively curbed in the name of counter-terrorism. If somebody can translate this, I would be very grateful. American question, yeah, I don't know. Counter-terrorism, we don't have that in Bulgaria. Let me translate it, yes please. This is talking about the war on terror, it's a very American thing. Think Britain, I think referencing America post 9/11. Take for instance what happened after 9/11 and the Patriot Act. So... Sacrifice some liberty for safety. This is a nice way to put it. Honestly, that's fine. It's like, what are you sacrificing? Let's say, I know that in the United States of America it's illegal for... Or maybe I'm tripping, I don't know. But I think that in America, it's illegal for a police officer to ask you for your ID card or your driver's license. They can only ask you if you do something wrong. But in Bulgaria, and I think in most of Europe, the police officers can just randomly ask you for your ID card without you doing anything. So obviously this is an attack on your freedom, but it greatly boosts your safety. So yeah, I'm fine with the police randomly checking my ID card from time to time if it means that I don't get killed. I hope that this is the option that I just described. Old friends and now friends forever. Yay! I don't know the Patriot Act. I don't know what it means. I guess I'm gonna read it for a bit to see what it is. Patriot Act. An act to deter and punish terrorist acts in the United States and across the globe to enhance law enforcement tools and... Yeah, I guess I need to read a lot for it. Oh my god. I think your opinion means disagree. Okay. I'm gonna trust you on that. But again, I gave my opinion publicly, so... Even if I choose the wrong option, it doesn't really matter for me. A significant advantage of one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. Oh yeah, because we're talking about the advantages, not the disadvantages. I was surprised that some people said strongly disagree. This is the best advantage of a one-party state. You don't have elections, which means you don't have a process, you don't have to think about elections. This is the advantage. But there is also more disadvantages, and it becomes a net negative. in general. I think that this is net negative, one-party state. But if we take only the advantages of the one-party state, then yeah, this is like the biggest advantage. You don't have any elections, which is great. Like Bulgaria, for example, doesn't have a functional government for 3 years. So if we had a one-party state, we would at least have a government for 3 years. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. Honestly, I would be fine if... No, actually, what? I was going to say that I would be fine if literally the government checks my Instagram messages and all that. Because I wouldn't care, like, at all. Because I think that only wrongdoers need to be worried. But then what? The government surveillances everybody. They check their private messages. Just so they can find criminals easily. Well, if this were the case, then criminals would move away from these apps and they would use something that is not tracked by the government. So the government cannot keep up with tracking the criminals in that. Like, the government cannot do surveillance effectively because the criminals are always gonna come up with their own original ways. So this increase in surveillance, I think, would... the opposite of benefit. What's the opposite of benefit? I think that this would not benefit me. Wouldn't that suppress freedom? Yeah, exactly. Wait, what? Makes official? Only wrongdoers need to be worried. Well, yeah, again, with the previous question with the Patriot Act, do you want to sacrifice some freedom for safety? But I think in this case, you sacrifice some freedom and the safety isn't there just because the criminals move elsewhere. Which is why I'm gonna go strongly disagree actually, for what I said. The question is theoretical, yeah. Watch out what you're saying, Big Brother is watching you. The government won't use your information for bad things. Well, you can't ever know. But the thing is that they want this information only so they can catch criminals. But the criminals are gonna escape from this information. They are gonna build their own apps and channels that they can use. So the government isn't gonna catch any criminals by doing that, at least in the long term. But they would get my information regardless. So give up freedom for basically nothing. I don't think it's worth it. I'm sorry, but because I have been speaking for 3 hours. Death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. People said strongly agree. I think that the death penalty is like the easiest way to... It's almost like a gift. It's like somebody did something very horrible. Let them suffer for the rest of their lives. Because like what? They did something extremely horrible. Then the next day they get the death penalty and they disappear. I think that people should... Like, if you know that you do something bad in a society... Something very, very bad. If you know that you do something very bad and they execute you the next day, then it doesn't feel as worse as you do something bad and you spend your time in prison for the rest of your life. I think that execution is the fastest way out. So I don't think that we should be executing people. We should be making them suffer just so other people cannot replicate this. Are people saying agree with me or agree with the question? Because these are different things. Are you aware that we need to feed prisoners? Yeah, sure, feed him the most disgusting stuff that is left over from restaurants. This person just needs to be alive. And I don't want to say tortured, but it's like... Maybe they need to be in a room where the light never turns off. Like... Suffering for the amount of crimes they did. Death penalty is a gift. Yeah, exactly. Torturing and the death row is a way. Well, not torturing exactly, but yeah, be in a room where the light never shuts off. So I don't think that the death penalty is a good option. What punishment would you give? Honestly, the worst. Like the worst. I don't think that needs to be like, okay, what? His life ends. So you know that if you do the same crimes as him, you just get killed. That's not bad enough. Like, I don't know, feed him rat poison filled with nails, steel nails, and all the worst, honestly. Yeah, you can ask. Yeah, but we're maintaining them from taxes. Yeah, honestly, leftover food. Go to the trash bin for, like, people regularly throw trash as food. Like, 33% of the food that is produced ends up in the trash. There can be a company that just goes to any trash bin, they find food, then they bring them to prisons and feed these horrible people with this trash food. So you don't even have to pay taxes for it. What about possible false sentence? Well, we assume that this is a... You can't ever know, obviously. But then again, death penalty, it's even quicker. So again, if you take false sentences into account, okay, you do something, you get the death penalty and tomorrow you're dead. But you didn't do it. Well, if you're in prison, at least maybe after 1 year, they can figure out that you didn't actually do it and you can escape. Which is another argument against the death penalty. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people to be commanded. So basically hierarchy. I agree. I don't know why people disagreed. I strongly agree, bro, if someone killed a child and rape, yeah, they need to be like the... Somebody said strongly disagree on this one. Yeah, why? Why don't we need hierarchy? I think that hierarchy is very important. Like what, we're all equal, then you don't have a boss, you don't have a person to listen to. You also don't have employees because these are people below you. I think that hierarchy is very important in a society. Maybe one of the most important things. Like imagine everything in the army works with hierarchy. You cannot have an effective army if everybody is the same. Like you have the army general, like you have the field marshal, you have the army generals, you have the... what was it called? Like the divisions, then you have the battalions, you have the regiment, you have all that. So the army works in hierarchy. And I think that hierarchy is very important. Like what? Strongly disagree, everybody in the army becomes equal, and that's just anarchy. You have 1 million people supposed to go into battle. Nobody's planning anything, nobody's doing anything. And if society is looked through the same lens... Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm talking too much. Bro, I put disagree because I thought it was unfair like a month ago. Well, now I guess you know. Yeah, just because for what I said I would go for strongly agree. I think in democracy, if somebody should be a leader, they need to prove they're a competent leader and allow their lives to be observed for as long as they're in office to counter corruption. Yeah, that's not the worst. Honestly, if you make this a requirement, you would get more quality candidates. Like, this is the requirement to be the leader. Like, your life needs to be monitored. Obviously, this takes away from your personal liberty, but for an entire country, this increases liberty a lot. Anarchy is possible. I think that with strongly disagree, you get just anarchy. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. People said strongly disagree, I would say strongly agree. Let me give you a nice reason as to why. And again, for some, like, people here also said strongly disagree. And I have some contrary views to you. This question is too vague. This one, absolutely. But I have been to an art gallery, and from what I saw, some things were abstract, but it says it doesn't represent anything. So let's say that abstract art is you have a white piece of canvas, and you just throw random shades of paint on top of it. It doesn't represent anything, it's just random. Now, to me, this is art, because let's say, hypothetically, that the canvas is blue. And then you have a, I don't know, a red dot somewhere. It represents an island. And you have a blue dot somewhere. And you have all of these dots and shapes. Like, this can be like countries, like maps. And you can find the meaning of it yourselves. But let's hear your reasoning. Basically, my reasoning is like, since I come from the mapping world, if you just take a blank piece of canvas and you swap it with paint, it doesn't represent anything, but to everybody of us who is looking at the map, they can look at this and they can say, oh, look, you can see that the blue circle is next to the yellow circle, they can invade the green circle, it can become like a map, it can have a meaning, it can be thought-provoking, not like banana on the wall. So I would say agree, because you obviously have banana on the wall. Yeah, this is the best point. Yeah, actually I'm gonna go strongly agree. Abstract art is good, but modern art is weird. Now, there is a big difference between abstract and modern. When people think of abstract, they usually think modern, like banana on the wall. This doesn't say modern, it says abstract, which is why I would go strongly agree. Wait, shouldn't be considered art at all, then I strongly disagree, because I think that this is art. Thankfully I read this again, so I can correct myself. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. Nah, I know that there is a separate question. There we go. To rehabilitate some criminals, obviously some. Double negative again. Did it get me? Doesn't. Oh my god, yeah. Doesn't, shouldn't. Come on, come on. Does, should. Is it that abstract art that does represent anything should be considered art? Come on, just remove the not. Why is it needed? Anyways, yeah, these are my two answers. I feel like people are not gonna scream at them. It's common sense, maybe. Again, if I really think of some of these, maybe I would drop down to agree or disagree, only if I really think about it. But on first read, this is what I think. Some criminal will never learn. Yeah, which is a waste of time for some. Also my voice. Okay, the business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. Oh my god, my voice. Let me drink a bit of water. You guys can give your own opinion. Well, I am. Okay, we have two disagrees. Two agrees. They're the same. I honestly think that they're slightly more important. For the reason that the manufacturer literally created everything. They created the computer or the telephone, the smartphone that you're using. They created the monitor that I'm using. They created the clothes that we wear. The business person like negotiated the grain to be turned into bread that we eat. Like, this is very important. Not to say that this is not important, but then what is the question? Do you want to have food, clothes and everything, but no poetry and music? Or do you want to have poetry or music, but be starving? This is the extreme situation to put it in. So obviously this is important, but not being able to starve is also more important, I would say. And again, I think that my audience, when I asked them to pick, they picked something different. Mothers may have careers, but it's their first duty to be homemakers. Here I strongly disagree. Not because I am a feminist or anything. I think it's important for one parent to be not homemaker, but to spend time with their children. For one parent. It doesn't have to be the mother. But I think that one parent should at least stay at home and educate their own children. Because what usually happens is like people... what was I about to say? Like, you have two parents, they each go to work, and then somebody else raises their child. If it's home care, like kindergarten, school. I think it's important for one of these parents to take this role. It doesn't have to be the mother, but definitely one of the parents, so that these people can actually raise their own children. Like, what is happening is, to me, very absurd. I agree with rewriting history. Anybody who disagrees, we can have a argument, debate, something. Mothers are according to Christianity the homemakers. Yeah, but not to Christianity, I believe every religion generally. Especially Islam, if I'm not wrong. Alright, it looks like people agree, so. Almost all politicians promise economic growth, but we should heed the warnings of climate science that growth is detrimental to our efforts to curb global warming. You know what? I'm getting tired. It's about 3 hours. I don't care. The first thing I see, I agree with rewriting history. Somebody said agree, I choose agree. I don't care. It's like economy versus global warming. This is an entire conversation that we can have another time. Is this the 5th page? It's the 4th. Yeah, I really want to get stuff moving. So I don't care what this question means. I just picked agree because somebody said agree. I really don't care. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. Isn't it the establishment like the country, like everything? Just accepting your position. You need to accept that you're poor. You need to accept... Is this what it means? Because I think I'm gonna go with strongly disagree. Like, the establishment is just your situation. You need to accept that you're poor. Yeah, exactly. I'm very much against that. Accepting the ruling class the way it is. Yeah, don't change anything, just accept stuff. Alright. If you go through that, okay. Astrology accurately explains many things. Well, not many, but some. So, disagree. People said strongly disagree. Obviously, it can explain some things, but not all of them. I don't like astrology at all. Only because of people who are deep into this shit, which I'm not. But basically, this is, for some people, astrology is their way of explaining the world to them. Nobody knows if God created the universe, if science created the universe. Nobody knows. But to these people, this is how they explain their world. And this works for them. I'm glad. But yeah, I would say that it explains maybe some things. Because it's generally linked with astronomy. And you can understand a lot about the world from astronomy. So I wouldn't say strongly disagree. I think it's too radical. It's like it doesn't... Strongly disagree means it doesn't explain anything. Disagree means it doesn't explain a lot of stuff, but at least it answers some questions. And I think that it does answer some questions. Astronomy over astrology. I am also a supporter of that. Okay, let's move on. You cannot be moral without being religious. Also, everybody strongly disagree without me, apparently. But you know what? I'm fine with that. There we go. Somebody supported me. Or maybe it's this. You cannot be moral without being religious. Well, I'm not moral. Obviously... No, you know what? Strongly disagree. You have people who are extremely religious and they do immoral stuff. You have people who are not religious and they are moral. So it doesn't seem to have a lot of correlation between how religious you are and how moral you are. Honestly. Strongly agree. Oh, wow. Wait, what? You cannot be moral without being religious. So people think that only religious people can be moral. Well, I'm not religious, and if you think that I'm a moral person... Yeah, double negatives again. You cannot be moral without being religious. You can be moral by being religious. I cannot understand this. Okay, can somebody tell me where I stand from what I said? Basically, you have some religious people who are very immoral, while you have a lot of moral people who are irreligious. Which means that, to me, there is not a practical correlation between a religion and morality. Can somebody tell me where I stand from what I said? Somebody said strongly disagree. Can atheists be moral? I guess. That's if you're not religious, you can be moral. Well, I think that if you are religious, you can be... Like, every person can be moral. Not only the religious people. Is atheist moral? Yeah, sure, like, everybody can be moral, not just the religious people. To me. Charity is better than social security as a means of helping the generally disadvantaged. Modern charity is a joke. Like 90% of the charity's budget goes towards advertisements. Like, this is a pure joke. And it looks like everybody agrees with that. Remember the abuse in the Catholic Church? Yeah, obviously. Moral is highly subjective. Yeah, of course. We have so many things to consider. Some people are naturally unlucky. This question really fucks with me. People, I think, said agree. I'm gonna say this. Well, obviously you have some people, so you can have the argument to say strongly agree. Because, yeah, we know some people that are born in North Korea. These people are naturally unlucky, to me. Right? But then you have the other option. Luck doesn't exist. I also support that. Which is what I was about to say. Strongly disagree. Luck doesn't exist. This is the other option. So, basically, one thing is what I said. Some people were unlucky to be born in North Korea. But then I also don't believe in luck, like many other people said in the chat. I don't think that if... Like, obviously I do YouTube. And if I don't blow up or something, I can say, oh, I wasn't lucky. No, it wasn't that I wasn't lucky. I didn't become as big as I wanted. Not because of luck, but because I wasn't as good and I wasn't as deserving. So I think that a lot of people consider themselves unlucky while they're actually lazy. Like, if they do 1,000 videos, maybe they would get close to 100,000 subscribers. Hell, even 10,000. There is no luck to play in that, to me. Luck does not exist, yeah. Which is also my position, so I'm gonna say disagree. And people generally said agree, I'm gonna go down the disagree route. Oh, thanks bro, I learned something. Luck is our perception of probability, but that's it. Yeah, like, if I upload, like, volume negates luck, which I believe in it very much. Basically, yeah, if you want to make YouTube videos like me, if you upload one video, then yeah, if it goes well, this is luck. But if you upload 1,000 videos, then this is not luck. So yeah, you can get lucky in the beginning, which is nice, or you can just keep going. Either way, if you keep going, you would get there with or without being lucky. So it doesn't really matter. Some people are going to get lucky due to chance, and this is a factual statement. I don't disprove that. I mean, if 1,000 people upload a video on YouTube, like, maybe one person would have a video, like their video get 1 million views out of sheer luck. But we're talking about some people being naturally unlucky. This means in the context of their entire life. Honestly, some people, like, live in a position where they're poor, they don't have any money and all that. I wouldn't say that they're unlucky. Like, in society we say the less fortunate. To me, this is absolutely bullshit. Like, how can you live your entire life like this and not change it? If you have the option, which most people do, they just don't realize that they have any options. Alright, let's move on. It's important that my child's school insists religious values. I don't think so. For now. I may in the future go down this path, but right now I stand here. Writing history, strongly disagree. I wouldn't want any kind of indoctrination that would choose... Oh, you mean about this one. Strongly agree, disagree. Yeah, it depends if you're religious or not. Less fortunate comes from the Roman goddess Fortuna, which is a Roman version of... So basically means luck. Yeah, but it's like less lucky. Like, if you didn't go to university, if you got addicted on drugs, if you skipped school, and then you got a bad job that you worked for the rest of your life, are you really less fortunate, or are you just an idiot for doing stupid stuff, and you get the consequences from doing these stupid stuff? I don't think that most people who call themselves less fortunate are actually less fortunate. Maybe they are just lazy. But yeah, this is a whole another discussion. Let's go down this. Is usually immoral. Now we have usually. So how can I say strongly disagree when it's usually immoral? Changes. Again, as I said, I'm not religious, so this doesn't really matter to me. A same-sex couple in a stable loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. Yeah, sure, I really don't care, like, at all, if people want it. In fact, it's a bit bad if we want to refrain some other people from having this privilege. Because, let's think about it from this perspective. Having a child is a human right, I think. So if people say strongly disagree, they don't see these people as people, right? Because if this is human right, or if this is a human right, then people who disagree don't think that this is a human, right? And obviously, like, since to every coin you have a side, I can mention something else, which is like, this child is likely to adopt the views of their parents, which I don't mean to say it in a bad way, but it's likely, like, if you're a child of doctors, you're most likely to become a doctor or a dentist or whatever. If you're a child of same-sex couple, you're most likely to become this, which is not a bad thing, it's just something that is gonna happen, I think. I agree with you. I think that my point of this being not being a human, if you say strongly disagree, was a strong one. A stable loving relationship. Homosexual relationship is better than an average heterosexual relationship. I can't say. I have a girlfriend for 5 years, so really not been there, can't tell you. No human rights to have kids. Every child deserves parents though. Well, yeah, good point. Again, it pretty much you reversed what I said, which I also like. As a Christian, I disagree. Sorry, not sorry. No, it's fine. It's like, it doesn't really matter to me. I really don't care. It's not like I support them. For example, the Pride Month, the Pride, like whatever, I hate this shit. I think it's so stupid in all sorts of ways. Like the parades. Even in Bulgaria we have these parades. I think that this is the most stupid thing ever. Depicting adults should be legal for the adult population. Now, the thing is, if you make it illegal, it's already super addictive. If you make it super illegal, then it's gonna become a bigger problem. But if you keep the status quo, I think that it's gonna be fine, honestly. People say strongly disagree. Well, think with this perspective. You make it illegal, this is gonna make people want to view it more. Like, everything that is illegal is automatically desired by the people. Like, isn't this how potatoes were introduced to Europe? Like, Frederick III of Prussia wanted his people to eat potatoes. They didn't want to. Then he made them illegal and everybody started eating potatoes. So if you make it super illegal, then its consumption is only going to increase. It would be harder for children to access it if it was illegal. You know what? Just have ID verification to enter these websites. Just agree isn't enough. Yeah, this comment really made me think. Yeah, just ID verification over 18. I think that maybe this is fine. Because you're an adult and you see consenting adults. And this is entirely your choice. Better to have it be legal and regulated than illegal and unregulated. Yo, this is 10 out of 10 my point exactly. Thank you for summarizing everything. Which is why I changed my point. Yeah, have it legal but regulated with the thing that I said with the ID cards. But don't make it illegal just for the sake of it being bad, which we all know it is bad. But if you make it illegal, it's gonna be more appealing. Yeah, verification is good. Yeah, something it needs to be done. Honestly, it would be nice. I feel like with ID verification, it's gonna solve this problem quite easily. What goes in a private bedroom between two consenting adults is no business of the state. I think so. Like, why would... Like, not just of the state, of anybody. I really don't care. Like, at all. I have my life, I have my goals, I have so many things that I want to do. Why would I care what people do in their bedroom? Like, I really don't care at all. Agree, who cares, yeah. But why not strongly agree? Or people or just agree? What's the argument for just agreeing and not strongly agreeing? I see lots of confusion about the LGBT plus community, and I'd like to say that the very existence of the community is to simply obtain the same legal status of the community social accept relationship. Well, yeah, but some people feel like they're pushing for much more. It's like I feel for some people you give them an inch and they take a mile, which is an American slang saying, whatever. Yeah, I'm down to have all of their rights, but I feel like some people want to be better. Bro, you already have it in the West, the collectives want more. Yeah, I think that this summarized what I said. No one can feel naturally homosexual. Well, animals can, so the percentage is lower. Honestly, if I can say something that I don't think should be considered controversial, but it's up for interpretation. I believe that some people are becoming this not because they feel it, but because they want to fit in. Wait, no one can feel naturally homosexual. Wait, strongly agree. Did I mess up? No one can feel... Wait. No one can feel naturally homosexual. I think that people can feel homosexual because 95% of giraffes are. Yeah, sure, like most animals. But what I was saying is like most people are becoming this because of TikTok, because of it's cool, it's the norm. I don't know how many people really feel this. Generally, like the percentage of this has increased. And I don't mean to say it in a bad way, but I really wonder if the people who decided to be this, whether if this was completely their choice or were they influenced by TikTok and all that. North Korea disappeared. You can say these people don't have rights. They're too lazy. Ah, then, yeah. Disagree means you feel naturally homosexual. You strongly disagree. Wait, what did I miss? If you... Wait. Around 4%. The percentages could have also increased just because it has been normalized. Well, I don't think that this prevented some people. I think it's because this is the fashion. It's like, this is what's cool. It's like, yeah, being left-handed, which was treated like a disease back in the day. You can feel naturally homosexual. It's been or by studies. Yeah, I completely agree that this is possible. But I'm saying that maybe a noticeable percentage of these people are just trying to fit in and be part of a community. And maybe they don't really think or feel this way. And they don't like know it. Not like that I care. But I just want to put it out there as a thought that maybe TikTok is influencing a lot of this. Also, did we hit a subscriber milestone? We did actually. Can you also naturally feel like a dog or something? Where's the line? Well, I don't think that feeling homosexual and like a dog is the same thing. At least to me. I don't think that you can naturally feel as a dog. I think that there we cross into mental illness. Where it's like, maybe people are doing it for attention. They want to say, I'm a dog, I'm a cat. It's all that. Maybe it's for attention when you go there. But this is generally not for attention. At least for some people. But some people definitely do it for attention. I don't disprove this. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. Honestly, maybe, yeah. It's like, we have had such a conversation about sex, and this whole page was dedicated to it, so I think so. Because, like, what strongly disagree means that we need to talk about this more. Like, how much more? Switzerland based. In my country of UAE, it's completely frowned upon. Yeah, that it's all Muslim countries. And I don't say it in a bad thing. I feel like it's important for, if one country decides to do this, that it's not the international community to force them to change. Because it's their choice. It's like their everything. Way too much, like, keep to yourself, yeah. But why is openness about sex a problem? Why do you need to know everything about what's happening? Now let's see where I stand. This was a brutal 1.5 hour journey, both on my part and your part. And what the hell, last time I was here? How did I end up here? This is so not consistent. Zoom out a bit. Honestly, last time I was here, where my mouse was pointing. Right here. Maybe right here. Yeah, nobody's like, what? Yes, Lamau, what the fuck? No. What the hell? This test sucks. Welcome to the left. Bro, I don't know. Look at the biases behind the test. I don't know. Honestly, I don't... Like, I did it a week ago. A literal 1 week ago. And I was here. It's no way I could have changed this much. What? I don't understand. Right is better. It's like... I don't know how I ended up here. Not gonna lie. Rigged. Liberal. I definitely wouldn't define myself as a liberal. I'm more of a centrist guy. Yeah, I don't think I can find it. Let me see if I can on my Discord. So you should be able to see it now. From me has image. Let's see all the images that I have sent in the Discord. Yeah, there we go. So this was the 18th of August, 9 days ago. Wait, you can hover. They might have changed somewhat a lot, and I was speaking about it. Let me jump to there. So I was talking about this, and you can see that this was me 9 days ago. 9 days ago. Let me show you the difference. Wait. So this is me 9 days later. Wait, how can I... There we go. And there we go. This is a big difference. How does this happen? I expected to get here. I don't know how I ended up here. Like, literally 9 days ago, I did this. Being more of a centrist, like, what? How? Actually, rigged? I don't know. It's like I feel like I answered the same questions. Are you a capitalist? Additionally, I'm into making money and all that, so I should be into this category. I guess you might have put more strongly options this time. Maybe I neglected it because I was just very hungry and tired. I have been live streaming for 3 hours already. So it's possible. What's your opinion about Bulgaria in quote Serbia? Ah, this is a big conversation. I don't want to get into any big conversations. Well, did you guys have fun? Let me ask you. Did you guys have some fun? I believe that some people also did the political test together with me. So I think it was a nice 3-hour live stream for everybody involved, where we get to talk about some controversial questions and honestly turn it into a discussion. It was more polite in the second half, where I could say that I disagreed with something and people would actually help me out, and some people learned something from me, which is great. I also learned something from other people, which, yeah, the exchange of information is definitely very important. And I'm thinking of doing a political test maybe like every 6 months, like on a live stream, to see where I have changed. Because definitely about the religion a lot of stuff can change, especially about me. Because if I do become extremely religious in the future, then I would want my children in school, then I would want this to be taught, and moral, immoral, a lot of things change if I become religious. Do it again, please. Well, I don't do it right now. Like once a month. I think once a month is too frequent. Maybe once in 6 months. You know what? Right now we're at 31,000 subscribers. I'd do it for... what? 50,000 subscribers? We can do one more. 50k. I'm glad to see that most people had fun. I believe that most people already left. 129 people are still here. Honestly, a great live stream. I had plenty of fun. And I appreciate, honestly, everybody being here. I'm gonna end the live stream right now, and I can't wait to have something for dinner. Because I'm fucking starving. Well, thank you everybody again for being here, for all the support, for like the 100 plus people who wanted to watch me voluntarily. Enjoy dinner. Everybody enjoy life. We may not be the same politically, but we're all people. We all enjoy history. Always good. And yeah, be kind, be good people. I hope to see you very soon in another live stream. Goodbye everybody, and I wish you a great evening.